That's gonna be a
Call the August 19th ZBA meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner May,
Present.
Commissioner Bueno,
Here.
Commissioner McClellan,
Present.
Commissioner Kirkendall,
Here.
Commissioner Bavacqua,
Here.
Commissioner Burke, Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, any official communications?
None for me.
And are there any questions about the review or any comments?
For the minutes,
Sorry, for the minutes. Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
So we have a motion by Burke and a second by McClellan. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner May,
Yes.
Commissioner Burke,
Yes.
Commissioner Bueno,
Yes.
Commissioner Bavacqua,
Yes.
Commissioner McClellan,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkendall.
No.
All right, motion passes.
And are there any concerns over the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on. Old business, is there any?
I do not have any.
Next item is new business.
All right, I'm going to do this presentation from over here because my pointer isn't working. All right, today's case is a variance request. This is almost exactly like the two variance requests you saw last month. They are lot width reduction requests. So in this case, the lot width is 38.7 feet, while the requirement in the R1 district is 40 feet. So they're requesting a waiver of 1.3 feet. This gives you an idea of where it's located. This is an aerial. You can see it's an empty lot at the intersection of Bagley and Nebraska. Every parcel along Bagley on the east side, every parcel like this one here on down and up is 38.7 feet wide. They're all under 40 feet. That mostly happened prior to the current ordinance. The issue we're running into now is the parcels being developed after the ordinance came into effect. So here's where it sits within our zoning map. You can see it's within a C of R1. It's in a single-family residential neighborhood. The property at the corner of Bagley Street and Nebraska Avenue is subject to a variance request from section 2.304 of the zoning ordinance. That's the section that requires the width of 40 feet. The currently vacant parcel planned for the development phase does not meet zoning requirements, as I've stated. Staff believes the city acquired additional right-of-way for Bagley Road after this subdivision was platted, resulting in narrower lots for the parcels adjacent to Bagley Road. Under Article 6, Chapter 4 of the city's zoning ordinance, that's where they're making the variance request through. These are the floor plans that were submitted by the applicant. You can find more details of those in your packet and staff report. The reason we included those this time is because last month there were lots of questions from the board about whether or not the house could actually fit on the parcel if the variance was granted. So we secured floor plans from the applicant and looked at the site and can confirm that if you grant this variance, they can develop this house and it will fit on the parcel while meeting all our setback requirements. This is a plot plan that was submitted by the applicant showing roughly how the house will sit on the property, showing that there's enough space in the front, rear, and sides to meet the setback requirements. These are the standards for approval. I'm not going to read through them. You see these every month, but these are the 7 standards by which you are to make your decision today. And then our analysis on those standards. Staff found that this is a residentially zoned property that was either subdivided before the current 40-foot minimum width regulation was in effect, or was reduced when the city acquired additional right-of-way for the widening of Bagley Road. Granting the variance of 38.7 feet would provide substantial justice to the applicant by allowing them to develop their lot. The plight of the applicant is due to the city's decision to widen Bagley Road and confiscate a portion of every property that fronts along it. For that reason, it is not the result of the applicant's own actions. Lastly, granting of this variance will comply with the spirit of the ordinance since it will allow the land to be developed for single-family residential in a manner that is consistent with similar parcels elsewhere in the city. And then lastly, our sample motions for your review. And that's it for my presentation.
Okay, are there any questions to the administration from the board? And I just have like a personal curiosity question. So when you say it meets all the setback requirements, on
Yes.
those side setbacks, is it the same setback as like a 40-foot lot would be? Do you know what the specific setback is? in
All the
this case?
setback requirements will be the same as if it was a normal sized parcel. So it's 5 on either side, 25 in the front, 30 in the back.
So, yeah, so it's going to have the 5 regardless. It's not like a percentage of the 5 to.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, they won't need, because that would require an additional variance. The only variance they need is for the width.
okay. Thanks. I was just curious. Thank you. Does anybody have a motion?
Yeah,
Would the applicant like to speak? It's not required. Does anyone have questions of the applicant?
Who's building the houses? These houses?
Could you use your mic?
Who's building these houses?
If you're going to speak, then you're going to have to go up to the podium.
There you go.
Please state your name and address.
My current address or the
Your personal address, name and address would be fine.
oh, okay. My name is Stephanie Schwab-Olvig, and I live at 6959 Kennedy Road in Munith, Michigan.
Thank you.
So this is one house, because I have one lot, and I do not have a builder yet because this hasn't been approved yet. So if this is approved, then I will then start purchasing a plan and searching out a builder.
Okay.
and if I'm looking correctly, the garage will have an entry off of Bagley.
Correct.
Okay.
And if I may, that's actually an ordinance requirement. In cases where there's 2 frontages, the driveway is required to come off the side.
Off the side, okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me again why all of a sudden that the ordinance is being changed? I mean, this has been like this since the day of time, far as the properties on Bagley, so.
So the ordinance isn't changing, so the 40-foot requirement has been in place for quite a while. The reason the applicant needs this variance is because at some point, I don't know exactly when, Bagley Street was widened, and about 1.5 feet was taken from every property along the side. So in that case, their property is short of that 40 feet due to the city's actions.
Okay, this is to the board. So if we do this for this participant, this is going to be coming up against us for anyone else, let's say, to have a lot on Bagley that want to build out? Okay.
And if I may, most of those properties have been developed. There's only a few spots where this is going to be a variance that they will need to get.
So although this would be a variance, we already have many existing plots that have this same dimension and have houses on them, so this would be in accordance with those around it.
Yep, I forget if it's in my presentation, but if you look at a Google aerial, you'll see every parcel north-south matches the width of their parcel, and it has a house on it, and it's operating fine.
Thank you. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. I move to approve the dimensional variance for a setback of 38.7 feet in a 4,063.5 square foot non-conforming lot size for 607 Nebraska Avenue, following the findings of fact in the staff report.
I second.
So we got a motion by Burke, a second by May. Can we get a roll call, please?
Sure. Commissioner Bueno,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner McClellan,
Yes.
Commissioner May,
Yes.
Commissioner Burke,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkendall,
Yes.
Commissioner Bavacqua.
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you.
And if I can just say, amazing blueprints. You make the best use of that space. It's going to be gorgeous. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll follow up with you either tomorrow or the day after with your next steps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Now we'll open public comment. Is there any public comment to be made? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Next item is miscellaneous.
I don't have anything.
Anybody on the board have anything they'd like to share?
No.
All right, we'll close miscellaneous. Staff communications.
So as a matter for updating on the master plan, I wanted to announce that the website for the master plan is up and operational. It is visionpontiac.com. We recommend everyone check out that website, and on it there is a survey. It's kind of lengthy, but we think it's valuable that as many people take it as possible. So I recommend everyone check out that website, take the survey. There's also a flyer available for anyone who wants it in the back of the room.
What was that website again?
It is visionpontiac.com, spelled how it's spelled.
And is that it for staff communications?
And then also, we have our standard meeting next month,
Okay, thank you.
16th, I believe. Is that inaccurate? Let me double
Yes,
check.
it's the 16th.
Yeah,
Yeah, the 16th.
that's correct.
Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
We got a,
I think they
You have a
wanted to
question? I'm
say-
sorry.
that, public comment would have been a good time for that.
Yeah. Right. I'm sorry.
We can jump back real quick if you want.
Yeah.
You can certainly introduce yourself.
Sorry, just trying to learn the lay of the land here. My name is Justin Ivey. I'm a managing partner of Creek Valley Properties. We are a a real estate developer here in the area. We deal more so in the factory building home space. I want to just kind of take this opportunity to introduce myself because I'm very involved in the city of Pontiac. I go to church in Pontiac. I coach high school football, so I drop off a lot of my players who live in Pontiac, so very much invested. And the project that we're looking to do is we're trying to bring affordable and workforce housing to the city of Pontiac, where we can turn a good number of the residents in Pontiac who are currently renting and turning them into homeowners. We believe that, if we can, turn more of the residents into homeowners, that will benefit everyone involved, whether it's the family, the city overall will benefit due by getting property taxes, getting revenue back into the city. I look forward to showing you our plans next month and the project that we look to be doing here on Walnut Street, not too far from here. And really our mission and our goal is to turn a lot of the residents in the area of Pontiac into homeowners through workforce and affordable housing. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
So we've got a motion from, second from Burke. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. We're adjourned.
Sam third.